Hello there, Homeschool Nolan here to help you navigate learning in the digital age. Today I'd like to explore the question, does college still matter? Is it important for us to send our kids to college? Now, this would have seemed like a silly question back when I was growing up. After all, we've always known that it's better to be well educated and that people with college degrees, on average, earn much higher incomes than those who do not. But times have changed. The cost of going to college has continued to soar, and we're hearing more stories about recent college grads trapped in debt and unable to find good paying jobs. On top of that, the pandemic this past year has forced almost all college campuses across the country to close, while they pretty much charge the same tuition for what most regard as an inferior college experience delivered through remote learning. So it's only fair that we ask ourselves today, do the benefits of a college education still match the rising costs? Will college degrees continue to be as valuable in a post-pandemic world? Before we answer, I would first like to review the main reasons people go to college. Reason number one, better career opportunities. People go to college to have access to more and better career opportunities. I did a Google search and found that on an annual basis, bachelor's degrees holders earn about $32,000 more than those whose highest degree is a high school diploma. And this makes sense. Employers almost always ask for your college degree on their job applications. Checking a person's higher education has and probably will continue to be an efficient way for employers to filter out and screen out the best applicants among candidates who don't yet have any job experience. In addition, there are certain jobs that absolutely require a college degree. For example, if you want to be a university professor, you will need a PhD degree. If you want to be a medical doctor, you'll need to go to medical school. And to get into medical school, you need to first have a college degree. I don't think any of us would want to be operated on by a doctor who didn't even go to college. And if you plan on becoming a scientist, say a chemist or a biologist, then you'll definitely need the labs and facilities of a well-equipped university to do your labs and experiments. So without a doubt, having a college degree in general does give you access to more career opportunities. Now, the second reason to go to college, in my opinion, is for the social experience. Many of us who are college grads probably have fond memories of college where we met lots of people and formed lifelong friendships. Indeed, living in a college dorm room away from our parents for the first time has been a rite of passage from childhood to adulthood for many young people. Many of us go to college with the expectation to network and build both personal and professional relationships that can last well after college. And although the pandemic has put the social aspect of college on hold, we are all hopeful that students will be able to return to campus soon. Now, a third reason to send your kid to college, in my opinion, is the sense of pride it gives parents. If you are a college graduate yourself, then it's only natural for you to want your own children to have access to higher education too. And if you did not go to college, it's only natural for you as a parent to want your children to do better and get access to educational opportunities that you didn't have. So those are the three main reasons people go to college. 1, access to more career opportunities. 2, the social experience. And 3, the sense of pride it gives parents. Overall, going to college does provide important benefits. But the question we have to ask ourselves today is, are these benefits still worth the cost? Every benefit must be weighed versus the cost. And the cost of college tuition has continued to soar much faster than the rate of inflation. According to the U.S. News and World Report, the average cost of tuition and fees for a private four-year university last year was about $41,000 a year. And this isn't even counting room and board. You can save money by going to a public state college instead, but even there, the tuition is still about $11,000 a year for state residents. Now, if you consider yourself financially well off, then these rising costs of tuition might not be a huge deal to you. If that's the case, I believe the overall benefits of college probably still outweigh the costs, if you can easily afford it. However, if you consider yourself to be part of the middle class, you need to seriously consider whether the benefits are still indeed worth it, especially if your child does not intend to pursue a career that requires a college degree. Yes, your child might have better career opportunities by going to college, but you need to carefully consider whether it's worth potentially draining your retirement savings, or if you don't use your retirement savings to pay for college, then you need to carefully consider the consequences of weighing your child down with student loans. Many students who cannot afford tuition off the bat take on massive debt. And unfortunately, we hear a lot of stories these days of college graduates unable to find jobs that pay well enough to pay off their massive student loans. And this leads me to my next point, and that is the job market has changed a lot in the past decade or two. The reason why many college graduates today cannot find good paying jobs right out of college like in the past is that a lot of jobs that existed, say, 10, 20 years ago have simply disappeared. Automation and artificial intelligence continue to take over jobs that once required human, white-collar workers performing analytical work on data. The internet also makes any job that can be done over a computer much more competitive. It used to be that when you applied for a job, white-collar job, you were competing with other qualified candidates in your city or region. But the internet and working from home has now made it possible for anyone with a computer anywhere in the world to compete for many jobs. The result is the job market for college grads is more competitive than ever now. To get a good paying job right out of college, you need to, in a lot of cases, graduate near the top of your class and have a degree or skill that's in high demand. And it's not always easy to predict which college degree will be more valuable when you graduate from college. And don't always assume that a science and engineering degree is always necessarily more valuable than, say, a liberal arts degree. What seems like a valuable degree today can change in just 4 to 5 years. For example, when I was born way back in the 70s, NASA was still sending men to the moon. And while I was growing up, I loved rocket ships and airplanes, and I decided to major in mechanical and aerospace engineering in college. But when I graduated, it unfortunately coincided with the end of the Cold War and cutbacks in the aerospace industry. I wasn't able to realize my goal of becoming an aerospace engineer. I instead got my first job out of college as a computer programmer. Now, I was fortunate that there were plenty of job opportunities in computer programming during the 1990s. But when I look back, it's a reminder to me that you can't always predict which college degree or skills will be more valuable in the future. So back to the question, does college still matter? Is having a college degree still necessary for a better future? My opinion is that if you can afford it, the benefits of college are still worth it for most people. Going to college will, on average, provide more job opportunities, provided that you go to a good college or hold a degree that is in demand by the time you graduate. However, if you consider yourself to be in the middle class and the soaring cost of tuition is likely to put a dent in your retirement savings or put your child into tremendous debt, then I think you should seriously weigh these costs against the potential benefits. It's no fun reaching the end of your long career with almost no retirement savings. And it's no fun seeing your adult child start out in life burdened with massive debt that they cannot pay off with a low-paying job. Now, I know it's hard for any 18-year-old to decide what they want to do in life. But if you know what your career goals are, then that can help you tremendously in determining whether college is the right choice for you or your child. Now, as for me, I consider myself to be in the middle class. And I've already told my wife that even though I myself am a college grad, I'm totally okay if our oldest child skips college and goes to a trade school and instead becomes, say, a plumber or an electrician. I believe that my responsibility as a parent is to do the best I can to prepare my children to be self-sufficient as adults. And that includes not having them start out in life burdened with massive debt and loans that they can't pay off. Now, you may reach a different conclusion and choose a different path for your own kids. But whatever you choose, keep in mind that college isn't the only path to success in this world. There are plenty of happy, successful people in this world who do not have college degrees. The bigger determiner of lifelong success, in my opinion, is the ability to continuously learn and adapt to a fast-changing world. And I hope you found this video helpful as you prepare your own children for the future. Please click subscribe in the button below if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.